Namaskaram friends. Today in this video we will discuss about commercial aspect of real estate, the state of commercial properties and its impact on businesses, brands and their survival. Brands usually depend on visibility factor. Brands are built on the basis of their visibility. Visibility is key component of their sales. Brand has an image. Brand has a selling quotient, inbuilt selling quotient. The marketing aspect of a brand and its logo, and the brand represents the quality of customers. Brand decides the price and the structure of a product that can be pushed into a consumer's market. Brand and branding may look simple. Building a brand online and hacking sales with a brand through a brand are two separate subjects. Today, we'll clearly define how commercial properties in Hyderabad are killing their own customers, that is, brands. Problem with Hyderabad real estate market is markets get pushed between housing and commercial real estate. If the housing yields are lower, the nearby housing projects will develop some commercial properties which give 3% to 6% more than the average yields that a housing project generates. If you compare SFT with the housing, that means residential properties and commercial properties. Commercial properties generally have low maintenance. Water availability is not a factor. Amenities are very easy to provide. And the rental yield is naturally higher than the residential properties. So naturally, commercial properties are most sought after. Commercial properties can be designed, leased out and rented in a very short time. Building a commercial property takes half the time of building a residential complex. The difference between a residential property and a commercial property is its location and how a person uses a particular property and redesigns it as a commercial one. In India and Hyderabad, especially in Hyderabad, commercial property has got no definite meaning. Problem with commercial properties is ample availability of main roads and constant transformation of residential areas into a commercial ones. There are a lot of businesses that they solely survive on commercial aspects, feasibility aspect, and location aspect for their survival. If you clearly observe Hyderabad's real estate business, most of the prime locations are occupied by residential complexes, which not only demand hefty premium in the form of housing markets, they demand exorbitant rates, SFT-wise, for commercial properties. If you look at a 10-year map of Hyderabad's development, housing sector has grown apart from the commercial real estate sector. The passion to own a residential complex or residential property is far greater than people's urge to own a commercial property. In last 7 to 8 years, Hyderabad had expanded itself in such a way that wherever there are complexes which house residential flats or residential complexes have sparse or minimal commercial complexes which can fulfill the needs of a residential area. Why this trend is like this? When thousands and lakhs of people have decided to stay in an area which looks like a commercial but acts like a residential, but the commercial visibility is very less. When you look at Delhi market or Mumbai market, the concentration of commercial area is different in Mumbai and in Delhi and Gurgaon, because these two commercial markets have different business ethics and business problems. Meanwhile, Delhi is definitely a wholesale and commercial market, The growing population in suburbs of Delhi have prompted a lot of people to set up retail stores in places like Gurgaon, Noida. But if you see Mumbai, Navi Mumbai is not a commercial area. Navi Mumbai at present is developing itself as a residential area. And if you see Bangalore market, it is saturated, landlocked, and pathetic. So if you see the Hyderabad's commercial market, the concentration of growth and the practical profitability are two different factors. Concentration of businesses in a particular area will definitely enhance its commercial nature, but boost the lease and rental rates in that area. But the problem is, the lease and rental rates in Hyderabad are overwhelming the margins of most profitable brands. Means brands' margins are eaten away by the lease and rental demands of a commercial property of a particular location. If you see the Hyderabad's commercial real estate market, there are locations which are popular as commercial locations, as business locations. The newly formed locations like Wave Rock and West Hyderabad, Puppalgoda, Nanak Ramguda, High-Tech City, Madhapur, Kondapur, Kokapet. Though these areas look like pure commercial areas, but have huge residential demand. In spite of having a residential demand and population density, still there is huge gap between the commercial viability and survival of businesses in that area. Why it is so? Commercial properties are always in demand, but in Hyderabad there is a particular problem. The demand of commercial properties is always there, but brands and businesses hardly survive for 2 or 3 years in a particular location. Why? People often say a wrong business strategy is the main cause for business failures. But what I think is business logic, business ethics, business strategies don't work in Hyderabad market. However intelligent the business may be, it cannot survive the premium of commercial lease and rentals. People who own properties on main roads don't think about long-term leases or long-term rentals, or they're not concerned about the businesses which have set up their shop with a vision in their building. The property owners are ruthless and selfish. They are concerned about their own pathetic margins. They don't care about the businesses that have set up their shop in their buildings or complexes. They think that if a brand quits or a business quits their complex or building, some other will occupy with a premium rate in the same place. They are absolutely correct. But where the point they are not getting it right is how many days or how many months or how many years the next person who has occupied the second slot, second time, will survive in your building. Businesses and their strategies are not foolish in Hyderabad, but the commercial establishments are greedy. I have seen main roads where the commercial properties are vacant in ground floor, first floor and second floor from past 3 years. If that fellow would have converted it into a residential property, he would have got a lot of rents. But the problem with the commercial sphere of business in Hyderabad is everybody apes the nearest property. Everybody places a tag what a nearby commercial building has been tagged, lease-wise or rental-wise. So everybody is copying everyone. They're not at all concerned about the location, the saleability, the visibility, and the type of shops that are being set up in their complex or building. This is the most important topic that no one talks on YouTube about Hyderabad. There are lakhs of properties, not thousands. There are lakhs of properties which are lying vacant on main roads in ground, first floor and second floor, waiting for customers or businesses who can set up their shop with the running rates. What is the running rate? The rate which nearby commercial complex is getting its lease and rental income in the form of long leases or long rental agreements. The problem with the main roads is if a commercial complex gets its rentals or long leases from a popular brand which is not concerned about the leases or rentals, means it is cash rich. A cash burning business usually don't think about the short term or medium term leases or rentals. They will just go and set up their shop. They are not concerned about the nearest lease amounts or rentals that they pay. They have a view of about 5 to 10 years. They lease a building for 5 to 10 years. They are not concerned about immediate profits. They are not concerned about the sales. What they are concerned about is capturing a location before their rival does. This factor is boosting some locations in Hyderabad which become viral. That virus spreads around the area up to 5 to 10 kilometers. The lease amounts and rental yields are passed down as if it is an ancestral property to the nearby location. And everybody starts demanding the same lease amounts or rentals, irrespective of their location. This is the most unscientific thing that is happening in commercial real estate in Hyderabad. But nobody accepts the fact that commercial real estate is killing the businesses which were profitable and are profitable through their branding and pricing strategies. There are a lot of brands which are right by price-wise and location-wise, brand-wise, marketing-wise, but they are getting killed by the stupid lease amounts and rental amounts. People are ready to sacrifice time for right lease amount and rental amounts. They are waiting for 3 years to get the right amount of lease and rentals. What do you think? This is a practical way of leasing out a property, commercial property? The urge of commercial property owners to make most of the businesses which are setting up their shop in their complex is a prime reason why commercial wise Hyderabad markets looks stupid and dangerous. Nobody wants a creative relationship with a business owner in their commercial complex. Everybody is too commercial about their commercial properties. Without studying the social and economic factors that are creating havoc in Hyderabad, businesses are failing to survive for 2 or 3 years. The initial 1 or 2 or 3 years are stepping stones for any business to become a permanent earning machine. Before that aspects take charge or businesses start making money, the lease amount and rental amounts are creating so much pressure that most profitable and brands which are internationally known are feeling suffocated in Hyderabad market. There are several factors which are influencing the businesses all around Hyderabad. The major flaw with the business owners or the brands is there is no proper homework or survey that is being done by these brands on businesses while setting up a shop in a prime location. Businesses are not a problem. The problem is in the business owners understanding the economic situation in a particular area, the demography and the stature of people who can afford to buy a particular branded item throughout the year. Premium brands don't focus on mass markets. What is a mass market? Mass market in India means mixture of people who shop only to meet their basic requirements in their life. But practically, if you see the mass markets, there are pockets in Hyderabad or in societies or in colonies where the mass market has some spots where people go and buy luxury goods. This is the most confusing thing that a commercial business faces, and they are not concerned about it. What is practical homework? Means there should be a proper, genuine survey of the type of people and their income and their spending habits. Hyderabad market is the most complicated market in total India. The person who is driving a luxury car may not buy a luxury suit. A person who owns a luxury apartment may not buy a Zara bag. The person who has bought a villa for 10 crores may not buy a premium shirt. The focus of customers towards the life is totally different from Mumbai to Gurgaon to Hyderabad to Madras to Bangalore. The rich in Gurgaon, the rich in Mumbai, the rich people of Hyderabad don't have the same spending habits. Everybody is different. Owning a particular brand, owning a particular property are completely different things. If you target a posh area in Hyderabad and set up a luxury showroom in that area, there is probability that a person who has set up a shop in a West Hyderabad commercial space will get a buyer from Charminar, not from Jubilee Hills or West Hyderabad area. There is probability because the premium customers are always in hiding in Hyderabad. he will travel about 50 kilometers to own a luxury brand that is situated in West Hyderabad. The person who is in West Hyderabad will travel 50 kilometers all the way to Charminar to buy a salwar or to buy a kurta according to his budget from West Hyderabad. So the West Hyderabad person is traveling 50 kilometers to buy something in Charminar, and the person from Charminar is traveling 50 kilometers towards West Hyderabad to buy a particular luxury brand. The question is, brands are confused. Brands don't have any option to find out where these probable customers are. On top of it, the hanging sword of escalating lease amounts and rentals every 3 to 4 to 5 years. By the time a business earns its true profits, that means from business gets into black from red. By the time business starts earning profits, lease amounts and rentals turn the tables and eat the extra, means the visible profits from the present venture or present business. So how these businesses are going to survive in Hyderabad? No way. Businesses are surviving in Hyderabad for 2 to 3 years to 4 years. After that, they change their location to cheaper area. After shifting it to cheaper area, they don't get businesses. First, they target a luxury area. They pay huge amounts on leases and rentals. By the time they realize that they are not making profit in this luxury or premium areas, they shift to cheaper areas where the customers are not ready to come there and buy products from them. So, even after realization, they are not going to make profits. Hyderabad has a bigger macroeconomic problem with commercial real estate. Ever expanding city is prioritizing and deprioritizing areas by default. This is a major thing that nobody is pointing out in commercial real estate businesses or commercial real estate properties that are being built in all around Hyderabad. Ever expanding Hyderabad market is creating new commercial areas. New commercial areas means prospects of business being successful is 50-50. But that is a commercial building. If you set up a shop in that commercial building, there is 50-50 probability that your business will survive in next 3 years. This problem is getting complex, very complex, as the time is passing. There is lack of coordination between the businesses. There is lack of distribution between the businesses. There is lack of understanding between the businesses. And on top, the government is playing the spoil sport in this whole aspect. Government is out of turn promoting some areas which may become commercial in next 10 years, may become. But before the area becomes commercial, the rates become commercial. Means rates are 10-year forward. They are already declared it as commercial areas. If you see some plotting areas or plotting layouts, there is not even a pawn shop available in its vicinity for next 10 to 15 kilometers, but there are commercial plots in that layout. The definition of commercial is something absurd in Hyderabad. A widening of road generally makes that road commercial. Road widening is not a commercial exercise. But in Hyderabad, road widening is a commercial exercise. Where if you are losing a part of your home or a compound, in few years it becomes a commercial hub. How many businesses survive in this 3 or 4 years is not a matter of concern for these people. They are concerned about their own returns. Tons of businesses fail in Hyderabad real estate because major macro level problems are not understood either by businesses or by commercial property owners. Who is at fault? The major fault lies between the assumption of a commercial property. Major problem lies with assumption of a commercial property. The people who think about a commercial property, people who think that commercial location is important to run the business. Brands are major culprits. Brands demand prime locations, and the prime locations eat up their whole margins for years. Brand may set up their shop, run for 3 to 5 years, not become profitable, stay in red, vanish from that area. Then who is getting money? Who is making money? The location owner is making money. In spite of surviving for 5 years, if a luxury brand does not make money, the only person who is making money is the property owner. He is not at all concerned about whether a top brand lives or a normal brand lives or a commercial shop shuts his shop. He is not concerned. According to him, he is at prime location and everybody should pay the premium demanded by him. Whether irrelevant is a factor of profits for him. There is no relationship, long-term relationship in commercial properties. In a 2 or 3 kilometer zone of prime main road, there may be 1,000 commercial properties. Out of these 1,000 commercial properties, 100 properties have clients who stay in that property for more than 5 years. 90 properties are just surviving because they are on main road. Out of this 90, 60 to 50% properties are lying vacant for years. But they remain commercial because They cannot be converted into housing sites or housing flats in 1 or 2 years. The property was built for commercial reasons. It cannot be turned into a residential one in 1 or 2 years. It takes time. It takes learning. It takes beatings. In Hyderabad, they don't understand the sign language. Until the problems comes and hits their ass, they are clueless. That is the problem with Hyderabad's commercial real estate. We often hear figures from real estate industry that so much of SFT is being occupied year to year, year wise. They give data for about 2 or 3 years, how the commercial real estate is booming in Hyderabad. What kind of figures are these? What kind of agencies are giving these figures out in the public? If a businesses take this, what you call research seriously, they will lose tons of money. Commercial real estate are being built. Commercial real estate are being built. Commercial real estate may get rent or lease amounts for this year. But if you analyze the already leased out or rented out commercial buildings year-wise, you will see shift in not commercial rates, but businesses have shifted out or shunted out from their commercial properties because it is not profitable for them. Practically, a research should be done on the old 10 years back real estate and the real estate which has been built in past 1 or 2 years. The commercial real estate research should be separated in 3 different slots. And if you do some research on the commercial aspects of real estate in Hyderabad, you will get some startling research reports which may stun the business community. Things are not rosy as they look in Hyderabad. The concentration of luxury market, the concentration of mass markets, the employment factor, employability of companies, spending power of employees, spending power of the native resident population. These factors should be studied first before declaring an area commercial. Nobody thinks about it. Nobody wants to think practical things about their business. Everybody is busy looking for prime properties, but they are not ready to think about the viability of setting a shop in that prime location. If you keep on talking about commercial real estate, you can make out hundreds and thousands of points which are being ignored by popular brands, popular businesses, failed business models, failed business locations. They are shouting from the top of the building that something is rotting, something is rotten in this space called commercial real estate. And nobody is smelling something bad about it. What we can hope is people who are in business become sane, do some research, and the people who are holding commercial properties should focus on long-term relationships and the health of the businesses which are being set up in their commercial properties, in their commercial buildings. Help them out, ask their problems, give some rebates, let them stay for longer time in their buildings, let them make their business profitable. Once the business becomes profitable and start earning money, definitely they will have a room for increase in lease amounts and rental rates. But if you ignore the signs of death of the businesses which are being set up in commercial locations, both commercial properties of commercial real estate and businesses will suffer for longer time until the commercial nature will vanish, totally vanish from the real estate, and everybody shifts their business in a digital mode. Once that already digital mode is creating a lot of problems for commercial real estate, but still commercial real estate is blinded by their locations and their arrogance and suffering with branded companies. Both branded companies, companies which own brands are suffering, and the people who are holding the commercial real estate are suffering equally. It is high time that both brands and commercial properties help out each other and lend a helping hand to both lease-wise, rental-wise, and let the companies make money. If the brand is making money, there will be a lot of footfalls. Once the footfalls are there, the adjoining properties will get the good rental incomes. The area will become popular for the profitability. Once the area becomes popular for profitability, naturally the commercial aspects will do their own thing. It will be on an autopilot mode. The lease and rentals will always increase by the time. So this game is this leasing and commercial property game is for long term, not for short term. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to my channel, become a member, and promote my channel by pressing the like button. Namaste.